How's it going, you beautiful people? I'm Cobalt GM, and we are back. It is time to start Season 3, Episode 1 of Esper Genesis by Alligator Alley Entertainment. But before we begin, I have to introduce my players. We have the beautiful, dark, lovely...
Hello.
Playing our Keshian High Priestess, Princess, Speaker with the Gods, Roller of a 100 on a D100, Princess Aura.
Yes, I want to speak to your manager.
Right. Next, we have the awesome Alloy.
My damn PC's booting up still.
All right.
Oh.
With his computer problems, playing the Ashen Forged Warrior Argus. We have the magnificent Master Draco.
Here.
Playing the Volna Hunter, Rylan Bravestride. We have the terrific Tonto Tomahawk.
Hello.
Playing the fire-blooded Promethean Sagaristio. Last, we have the Titanic Typhoon 44.
Jane, get me off this crazy thing!
Played the Earthborn human Captain Jonathan T. Archer. Also, I need to give a special shout out to Steve, Felicia, Nicole, Justin, Riley, James Nash, Matt Click, the team at Absolute Tabletop, the Esper Genesis 5e RPG Facebook group, the Old Dudes D&D, RGB RPG, Roll20 Dad, Aaron Cameron, Belore McCracken, Dave Rosser Jr., and Aiden. All right, please engage that like button hard and share this video around. But with all that said, I now pass it over to Dark Lovely, aka Princess High Priestess, talking with the gods Aura, for our recap. Take it away.
All right, this is going to be a team effort. I'm just getting us started.
Mm-hmm.
So, we were fighting Lorendi on the planet Val. The Keshian king and an entire fleet of Kesh war fighter pilot whatevers were helping to keep the Lorendi from successfully taking over the planet Val. There was a pair of witches, some random dude by the name of Core Lord. And when he came to play, he started by sending his witches, and we murdered them horribly with the power of friendship, most importantly. Because friendship, I guess, is deadly. And then I spoke to the Sky people, and they gave me wisdom about the different core stones. And while all that was happening, Core Lord guy was putting the captain through the ringer with all of these maneuvers. And when Aura returned to her body, she had all the tea about the core stones and their personalities. And she basically shit-talked the Core Lord into every one of the stones that he possessed going into one of the party members. And so now we are officially the Power Rangers.
All right, excellent recap. Also, well, take the inspiration, though you may or may not need it. As well as you get to pass the mic to someone else. Who would you like to nominate to add just a little bit more to what happened in the last session?
I want Tonto to tell his story about his epic airlock maneuver thing, because I don't remember exactly how that went down.
The Promethean cannon!
Yes.
My gravity-assisted Promethean cannon. Ah, yes. So, as we're fighting the Core Lord, and he is now on the ship because he decided being outside the ship wasn't effective enough. He decided he just instant transmissioned himself onto the ship and started beating ass.
Yeah.
can't really do much with any of the ship systems when he's inside the ship. So, Sagaristio, in his epic moment of clarity, decided, you know what this calls for? Him off the ship. And with his 2 core stones, he's probably not going to just leave willingly. So, we effectively made a maneuver to where I start from one end of the ship, had the captain and his first mate Jane pop all of the doors, including the airlock to the cargo bay, open them all up so it's just one giant vacuum out the back as they're trying to get out of the cave. At that moment, Sagaristo turned off his grab boots that kept him tethered to the ship during flight, and with the help of inertia and gravity, just slingshotted himself all the way down to the core lord. Bodied him and out the airlock.
Yes.
Out the back.
It was epic. Oh, excellent.
It was off
maneuver.
the ship.
Yes,
it was
he
awesome.
was off the ship. Oh, heavens. But yes, the core lord has been defeated. Aura, who previously had the Azure Core Stone, has become closer with it. Alloy, who plays Argus,
It's me.
has combined with the newly acquired Crimson Core Stone. Rythan Bravestride is now linked to the Emerald Core Stone, and Sagaristio is now connected to the Amber Core Stone. And in the last session, when your powers combine, you guys pretty much blasted it to oblivion, the Core Lord, with a beam that was visible from space.
And actually, hit things in space.
Yes, indeedy. Destroying cruisers and the Lorendi capital ship. Splitting it in half and ending the Lorendi invasion of Vol. Things look dim.
Think of the epic music.
Right? But with the invasion completely canceled, with the few remaining Lorendi ships returning back to the Imperial space, the entire planet rejoiced. Those that were captured were freed. Rebuilding efforts began. And a little bit of time has passed since the liberation of all. Yeah, I tried to get that song for the Ewoks, but unfortunately it was licensed and I didn't feel like another copyright strike. But with this victory, the Volna of their planet has effectively launched so far a week-long victory festival. It goes throughout the entirety of the planet, starting with the capital city and going to every other remaining major city, into the minor villages where people are just gathering together. They're finding loved ones, those that have passed in the conflict. Their names are being carved on the mighty trees. They are being remembered, but the event is being celebrated. Given what has happened, there has been a lift of ships being able to now go through orbit and actually land in very regulated areas of the planet, including the royal vessel of the Kesh. As more and more celebrations are taking place, as various balloons and dirigibles, as well as programming smart fireworks, are creating all types of designs throughout the sky, both bright enough to burn and be visible during the day and definitely at night. As parties are happening throughout the green glowing rivers at night, feasts, hunts, and so much more has been taking place. Princess, High Priestess Aura. Coming from the Royal Kesh ship, your father, King Aldor. Your mother, Queen Helvira. They, of course, are given the proper role. As now, they are in talks with the Prime Alpha of the Kesh. Though everyone says that he should further recover, seeing as how he was in the front lines battling to protect the capital, as he's lost an eye, an arm, and his tail in that conflict, and is in the process of getting cybernetic replacements. He too wanted to.
Alpha of the Ball? You said the Kesh.
I apologize. Yes, of the Vol.
I was about to say, like,
What
I
happened
didn't
to
know
my
my
dad?
dad got that fucked up.
Also, since when do they have tails?
Right.
Right?
Thank you for the correction. Yes, the Prime Alpha of the Volna. Yes, even though he is still recovering, he had to express his gratitude for their assistance, and currently a new treaty beyond the Silrain Accord is being struck between the Kesh and the Volna. At this moment, all of you are currently in the capital. This is day 7, and yet here you are on one of the hovering, pretty much floats. All right, going down the main avenue of the city. All right, both Volna and Kesh are on both sides just celebrating. I mean, cheering. Unfortunately, I got to give you guys a bit more money because whoever is selling the plushies of your likenesses is making a grip right now.
Good thing I signed that paperwork.
All right, as this is being streamed across the Silrain, the Sim, you guys feel both honored and a bit tired of all the celebration as you guys are currently sitting amongst your floats, and people are throwing these streamers at you, and they're just cheering. Hollows are being taken. Tell me, what is going through your minds? I'm going to be going one after the other, and upon this large float, Princess, High Priestess, War Priestess now, Aura, you are currently actually at the head of all this. At the side of you, Riot and Brave Stride. All of you who have bonded with the core stones, your stones continue to float among you. And people are both thrilled and cheering. Aura, tell me, what is going through your head?
Is Remus still with me?
Of course. He is behind you, keeping a sharp eye out. And Ori is there as well.
Hey Remus.
Yes.
Are you able to count how many friends you have now?
With that, he kind of smiles and he leans back. If it is proper to say, High Priestess, between you and the Brave Stride, I at least have 2. Then he looks back over at Argus. Perhaps 3. A moment, High Priestess. And Remus goes over to you, Argus. Right now, Tana is right in front of you, and she's waving, and she is like, "This is so great! I don't care if it's day 7 or right. I could do this every single day." Argus. Big green man, he wants to talk to you. He's behind you. He's tapping you. He's looking at you. I think he wants to say something to you.
As I take a large drink out of the mug that I've been carrying on the float. Remus, how can I help you?
Anyway, I, the Sentinel Remus, also better known as the Simple, now nominate you as my friend. You accept this honor, correct?
I mean, honestly, we don't really talk that much. I mean, we sparred once.
You are an Ashen Forge warrior. This hesitant sword is beneath you. It is either yes or no. State it.
You're being a little pushy.
And you are leaking from your blood.
I don't leak. I'm mostly powder.
I will take that as a
So
yes.
it's
We are friends now.
So you flew from your hole?
Poof,
you-
poof.
You stay out of this.
And with that,
You keep
Tana,
your orifices to yourself.
she's trying to reach up and wipe some of the leakage. She's like, I got it. But she goes ahead and licks the appendage that can kind of be considered a thumb. Okay, I got it. I got it.
Your plug is faulty.
Well, no, you're getting bigger.
No, that can't be it. I have not grown in over 7 years.
No, you're bigger. It's obvious.
No, I disagree.
All right. And so Tana goes ahead. She starts to climb you like a tree. And as she gets over to your shoulder, yeah, so you're taller because it takes me a little bit lesser time when you were shorter. So it took me a little bit longer. You're taller.
And you're getting lazier. You ever think about that? Too much time in front of the computer, not enough time getting the gains!
And with that, Remus, he looks at you. He looks at Tana. My friend Argus is right. You have gotten lazy. And Tana's like, wait, who do you think you are? I am someone who is in
I
shape.
agree, we are friends now.
Tana, drop down and give me 20.
Yes,
I'm not
Tana.
and she's like, I'm not giving you any cubal. But
No, he meant push-ups.
push up what?
Here, I'll demonstrate. I'll go down and start doing a push-up. Like so. He wants 20 of them.
And he beats the
Join me.
work out?
Join me.
No.
Come on, noodle arms.
You dare.
I dared. Now drop down and give me 20.
And we are going to go ahead and get the first roll of the night out of the way, and it's going to be from me. Rolling for Tana, the little Dindis girl.
You can do it, noodle arms.
She is like, I'm smarter than... And she's like still on her first one, by the way. As she is going to go ahead and make a strength test. I was going to say acrobatics, but she ain't training on... not acrobatics, athletics. But she ain't... she ain't proficient in none of that.
Your head's getting in the camera, lady.
And immediately she pushes up and she's like, I'm not noodle arms because I don't know what noodles are. And with that, finally she goes, aha! And of course,
That's one.
19 more noodle arms. And then you will be as strong as me, the simple one. And with that, she's like, don't make me laugh. And she is working on her second one.
I'll be doing push-ups with her. Come on, 2. Come on, push it, girl.
And as you see here cheering her on, feel free to give me actually a charisma or a charisma check, please.
Oh. Why?
All right, as you are sitting here encouraging her.
Oh, that worked out better than I thought it was going to. 16 total.
Ooh, 16.
I know, considering I have a negative.
It's all right. You go ahead, you give her the words that gets the fire started, and with that she is like, okay, Argy, keep on talking. I can do more. 3.
Come on, push. Show these Volna you got the stones. Not like the core stones, but stones, of course. As in like the power, not the power stone, but
So if I get strong, you're saying I can get your core stone?
We'll see.
Not in this lifetime.
Right. And with that intention of her now desiring your core stone kind of glows a little bit of red, and immediately it transfers some of its energy to your form, Argus, and it goes from your chest down your arm to your hand, and it wants to blast Tana. What do you do?
I will not let it blast Tana.
Oh, okay. And so with that, you kind of close your hand up.
No, I've been told these things have personalities, right? Have I started to notice it? Like, have I started forming a bond with these things so far? Or is just raw power flowing out of my orifice is dangerous?
Here's what you know so far. is that every now and again, when you are effectively daydreaming, you do see flashes of fiery creation. But then, if you're not resting or daydreaming, for some reason, it's very violent.
That's hardly any different than his day-to-day.
Hey, between the spurs of violence and the pervert living in my head, I don't have a lot of time to rest.
No rest for the wicked.
Oh,
Indeed.
you know, but it's, I mean, the urge still it remains for you to blast out energy. And now the people, of course, watching the float are seeing you glowing with red energy, you know, and they start cheering, yeah, do it!
All right. Well, since the crowd is begging for it, I will stand up and I will blast straight up into the sky with my crimson energy.
Nice! And you go ahead and you let out this huge blast of red. Yes, the what was it, the Christopher Nolan dong, as you go ahead and just blast red energy up into the sky. And with that, the crowd goes nuts. And I have a crowd chart I need to check off. Cool. Anyway. Sagaristio.
Huh.
Yo.
You know what's the one thing we're missing? A chick.
Yeah, you know what? I put things out there, and people have not requested anything too weird. But thank you for reminding me about that. Sagaristio. Oh, right, you were there,
Yes.
and of course you have the amber core stone floating about you. People are cheering, and they're holding up their plushies. Their plushies actually have this little thing where they can tap a button on the back, and immediately the cybernetic arm of the plushie will glow. Right. You know, finally, you do see this one kid, and he has like the cheapest plastic variant of stripe cutter that Kubil could buy, and he is like lifting it up, and he is like, you know, apparently he does not speak common, basic, common, universal standard. He does not speak it yet, but either way, I know, right? But
Galactic standard, yeah.
Sagarito, do you speak Vol or Volna?
No, but for the sake of it, I'm just gonna pop one of my talents.
What?
Universal Translator.
Of course he has a talent for that. He is the MacGyver of talents. And so with that, you kind of bring over your cybernetic arm, and immediately the letters form about what he's saying. And he is like, could you please sign it? It would mean so much to me. Could you please sign it?
You know what, just for this kid, I'm not only going to sign it, I'm gonna bring him up on the float, hold him up on my shoulder while I sign it.
Oh, nice. Right, and so you kind of go ahead, you give the motion, and the person that is currently piloting the float brings it to a halt temporarily, halting the whole procession. And you reach down, and the kid's eyes grow huge. He is a type of white tiger, Volna. You can tell he's been freshly washed because he is still floofy. And he rushes over, and he, you know, you see him scurry, and he grabs your hand, and as soon as are you using your fleshy hand or your cybernetic hand to lift him up?
I'll use my fleshy.
Gotcha. Right, you go ahead and lift him up, and he gets onto the float, and his eyes are just so huge, and he's so excited. And you go ahead, you take the toy stripe cutter, and you lift him up and put him onto your shoulder. And as soon as you do, it just goes. Ah. All right, you see his mother down there, and she is just crying like this is her proudest moment. And the Volna next to her is looking at her like, what the hell is wrong with you? Right, but yeah, this kid is juice. He's having a great time. You're signing that, and what is your passive perception?
It's a 12.
And with a 12, you can't help while you're signing the toy stripe cutter to look over, and in one of the chairs you do see Brooke Demir. She is just giving you a weird type of smile. You can't really tell without a insight check if she's proud of you, if she thinks it's sweet. It's like you can't tell, but you think it's relatively positive from a casual glance.
Well, we'll do an insight.
Oh,
for
go
shiggles.
ahead. Sounds good.
23.
Ha!
He read her mind.
Effectively. And so, yes, it is effectively all of that. She thinks it's so sweet what you did. At the same time, she is looking at you in a more, I guess, pleasing is a term I could use here, right? As you're displaying certain traits that she really enjoys and likes. As that is happening, Captain Jonathan T. Archer.
Yep.
As always, the Astral Horizon is being repaired free of charge.
Cool. Good.
You are also on the float with your wife / first mate Jane. All right, Jackson is there, and he's having a good time, but every now and again he would look over at Brooke, and you see his confidence kind of fall just a little bit. Wow.
Yeah, wait.
Your smallest child, your youngest daughter, well, your only daughter, honestly, that we know of, Jill, is double fisting cloud candy. I mean, it's all on the face and whatnot, as she is currently wearing a golden dress that's very, very similar to the gold armor that that Aura is wearing.
She's living her best life right now. I love it.
And she is just, my daddy did it. Yeah, right. And and with that, of course, Ballo, aka Free, he is there. It's mostly Ballo's job to effectively hold all of the gifts and the treats for Jill. And you can also tell that he has the toy version of the Spear of Leadership, also strapped to his back.
Outwardly, I'll put on the persona in the face that I'm enjoying the festivities and the parade.
Mm-hmm.
But in the meantime, while sitting in a chair, my thought is one kind of designed like a captain's chair, putting on the airs.
Mm-hmm.
Behind my eye patch, I'm scrolling through looking for the next gig.
Most definitely. And unfortunately, in this sector, they are kind of slim, but there are 2 that are available at the primary spaceport.
Okay.
The good news is, so far, there is no time limit for when you have to get to them, so you can go there effectively whenever.
Highlight, save, and move those to a folder for later info. Of course, read up on as much as they have posted in their little blurb. Try to get as much information as I can while looking like I'm enjoying the festivities and watching my daughter.
Right.
And in the back of my head thinking how much of a fool my son's making of himself. You can't push love.
Right.
But he got to learn that on his own.
This is so true. But for some reason, the feline anthropomorphic Volna don't seem to be his type for some strange reason. Go figure.
Whatever.
Yeah. But as you're, putting on the facility, the visage of enjoying this, please give me a deception check.
Okay.
Facility.
Oop.
Mm-hmm. Because I'm sure you can fool most of the people most of the time. But can you fool your wife is the real question. As you're making that roll, Brave Strike.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I ain't fooling a
Answer's
goddamn.
no.
Wow.
We will get to that in just a second. Brave Stride, how are you feeling about this entire celebration?
How am I feeling about it?
Yes.
Yes, how are you feeling about it?
So, I'm looking at my people, my brothers and sisters, and the fact that we've already come from a big genocide from from a bioweapon, and then this Lorendi situation.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm torn. I'm torn the fact that, yes, we're celebrating now, but at what cost?
Mm. As you're looking at
What
the
progress?
crowds, and go ahead.
And what progress are we going to have to do now to make up for our loss?
I like it, because amongst all of the celebrating people, every now and again you're able to see past them into the soldiers that you know have been wrecked by this conflict. Many of them members of the Volna Space Fleet. Some of them were part of the ground troops that were decimated in this entire war. You know, many of them want revenge. They want to strike back. But due to the fact that the Imperium has yet to officially claim this act of hostility, the Silverain Accord, the government that runs all of the allied planets, cannot go to war against them yet. You sense their frustration, and as you have said, you wonder what changes need to happen next. But your thought is interrupted as further down the avenue that the parade is going down, you're able to see a ship, a very familiar ship, your parents' ship, arriving at the very distant spaceport. You have been on and off and forced to clean and help maintain that ship for years. It is unmistakably, effectively your home ship, docking with the spaceport off in the distance. Your parents are back. Do you do anything? Right?
Well, I know if I were to disgrace my pack right now, I would also disgrace my family, as they have brought me up to be pack-oriented.
Most definitely. And so, with that, you possibly...
I will be patient.
Smile and wave. Smile and wave. Captain Archer.
Yep.
As you were doing the same, Jane elbows you and she asks, she's like, what's wrong?
And just running some numbers.
What numbers?
Well, someone's got to think about our future and keeping food on the table, so to speak.
You know, all of our supplies were filled to the brim, the ship's being repaired. Can't you just... Everything is fine, Jonathan. All right? There's no need for you to worry. Enjoy this. Look at Jill. Jill, how many of those cloud candies did you eat?
32.
Jesus. Floating on cloud sugar.
All right. And she's like, Free, did she actually have 32? And Free
That girl needs to drink some water.
All right. And immediately, Jill's like, but I want more.
Pull out another couple of them, toss them to her.
And with that, Jonathan, no, you don't know. She's had enough candy, all right? She's going to be bouncing off of the corridors as soon... No, Jill, and Jane goes down there to try to catch Jill, who is now, she grabbed one of the cloud candies and is running away with them.
Wait, no, we have this little girl running around on
Situation disarmed.
Saved by the kid.
Distraction!
Most definitely. But as the parade goes on, as eventually the sun rises and sets, you guys now find yourselves at one of the most luxurious hotels on Vol. This place has all the amenities, everything you could possibly hope and desire, including things specifically in your rooms for your various species.
Wait. We've been roughing it for how long now, and this place was here this whole time?
Yes.
Yeah, this is the capital.
I thought the whole planet was like that.
What, you make it sound like you didn't want to go to day camp or something.
Sir, I'll have you know, I have been craving a shower for weeks.
I mean,
Well, instead of wasting waters on Valna, you could have used it yourself.
Right, and so Argus, as you are enjoying the sonic showers, that actually they do have a device in there that will help restore an Ashen Forge. So
Thank God.
you do not have to deal with this plug that that Tana has made for you.
I'd have just put a door on the hole and made a storage space if I was you, but hey.
That seems intrusive.
Right, but as you are currently being cleaned and your whole body is vibrating with the sounds, it's relaxing, it is calming. The door flies open and it's Tana, and she was like, "Look at this! Look 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 at this!" And then she
What are you doing in here?
She turns around. Why are we screaming?
Why'd you just burst into my shower? Get out!
Oh, what? What are you worried about? What? I'm gonna see something.
Get out! It's called privacy for a reason.
Since when do Ashen Forges care about privacy?
I've always cared about privacy. You just don't.
Oh, then we have a deal. So, like I said,
Get
look
out!
at this. No, you gotta look at this, Argy. Look, I have an offer. All right, I have an offer. Look at this.
An offer for what?
All right, so look, the Prime Alpha, he wants me to actually head up their weapons research and development program.
For what purpose? I doubt we're going to be staying here for too long.
Well, I kind of slipped, you know, the Circle of Elders, my designs for the Star Jaguar space cannon, and the Twinkle Blaster.
So you want to remain here and work on these guns while we go off and do adventures?
This is a pass. This is a pick. Wait. We go. Well, what?
Is that what I'm hearing? You want to leave the family to build weapons for cat people? I mean, I understand that this is the path that you want to do, and it breaks my heart, but you must do what you must do.
She goes, Argy, okay, listen. And with that, of course, she starts climbing onto you so she can be closer to your face.
Stop! Get off! Get off! Okay.
No, it's all right. You're clean. It's okay. So
that's not the problem.
It's all right.
That
Argy,
is not the concern.
Look at me, Argy. Look at me. All right.
Why do you have to climb me every time you want to speak?
Because I get tired of talking to your crotch.
Then look up.
It's not so much better from down here.
What do you want?
Look. All right. The Lorendi might be gone for now, but they won't be gone forever. And as much as I want to... What? Wait. As much as I wanted to finish my brother's work and search for the 5th Crucible and other stuff, when the Lorendi come back, I want us to be ready. I want us to have the big booms. I'm talking about the ship busters. I mean...
So, there's one flaw in the logic here. The only reason the Lorendi came here were for core stones. We have the core stones that are here, so when we leave, Val should be safe.
What? I'm not taking this job to protect Val. I'm taking this job to make big booms.
And how long is this going to take? Because I doubt the rest of the crew is going to want to wait that long.
Well, that's the hard part.
Oh, so you are staying here. Excellent. Go pack your bags.
Wait a minute. Are you trying to get rid of me? Are you trying to get rid of me, Arky? Is that what
Of course not.
Are you trying to say that I'm annoying?
No, I've said it multiple times, straight to your face.
That's how you really feel about me, Ark? I am disappointed.
Hey, you're the one talking about leaving to go and build big boomies.
No, booms. Boomies. What are boobs?
Boomies.
No, but you said boobs.
I did not say boobs. Which is also something you lack.
No, I don't have boobs?
No, you don't.
Okay, I knew I should have paid more attention in Terran studies. Oh, wait, boob, 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 boob. Oh, I know what a boob is. I know, and I do have boobs. And she goes ahead, she puts effectively what the dentist would consider an elbow right there on your face. Ha, ha.
That is not a boob.
This is a boob.
No, that is not a boob. They're more chest-oriented.
And with that, you see this like confused look on her face, like it's a loading screen. But then finally, she goes ahead, she kind of hops off and closes the door. You hear, sim search boobs.
I'm going to lock the door now.
And yeah, so you go ahead, you lock the door, and the sonic shower starts again. And as soon as the sonic shower starts, you kind of hear her, "Oh my stars!" We will get.
I told you you don't. I told you don't have them.
Yeah, she's over in the distance, and they leave.
Sometimes, I think.
Right, and so as Tana is doing some research about the wrong things on the sim, I don't know how that's
Says you.
Tell me,
It's called biology. She's learning something new.
Sagaristu.
Yo, what's up?
Okay, you have of course made it to your suite, and immediately, every now and again, when your amber core stone floats in front of you, it's able to shine a light that as you peer through the light, you're actually able to see improvements and modifications to every device and thing in this room every now and again. As well as you have a notification.
Some of them I'll just kind of.
Oh, go ahead.
Some of these modifications and improvements, it's like, yeah, that's a coffee maker could be improved by an additional 25.2%. That's mostly because the filtering system is shit on that model.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Now I can see, and notification.
Right, and the
So
notification
I'll
is
see who it's from.
definitely, it is from the clan Sartori. And it seems as if you are being summoned.
Oh boy.
Especially since a whole lot of the events have been transmitted to the sim now. There was that communication block out that the Lorendi has done, but with the Lorendi gone, a lot of tales and stories of various heroics and tragedies are now flooding the sim.
Oh, okay, wow. It's only been 10 fucking years since they actually last contacted me. Didn't even send me flowers when I lost my arm, so this will be interesting.
Most definitely. As well as as that's happening, the Amber Core Stone is also, you realize it's somehow connected to Cynthia's egg. And as you take a moment and concentrate on that, as you peer into the Amber Core Stone, for a moment, your consciousness is sucked in and you feel yourself confined, smothered in a warm fluid. Yet you feel the pressure. You feel the pulse of a beating heart. It is strong, almost crushing. You feel a consciousness, an innocence, a curiosity, a longing, before finally you're back within your form and almost knocked off your feet as the Amber Core Stone continues to float around. What do you do?
Well, I'll put that on the priority list for later. For go take a look at Cynthia's egg. For right now, I'm going to get showered up, cleaned up, and have to deal with the core stone telling me that the shower pressure from the shower head could probably be increased by an additional 10% if I smacked it.
Definitely. Roll perception, please.
Oh boy.
Oh, definitely. And so you're getting ready to go to the shower, and once again, everything could be improved. Everything from the structure of the walls and the materials that they've used. You've even detected a stain that is completely invisible to the naked eye. And yeah,
18.
Say that one more time.
18.
Oh, okay. So right before you do go into the sonic shower, there's this flash of shadow that you almost missed. A shadow that's coming from something outside the window. Given that you're in one of the penthouses, you are 80 plus stories up.
And it's probably a little late for someone to be washing the windows, especially after the attack on the capital city.
Exactly. And so as soon as you look at the shadow kind of moves. You look over at the window and you see what is casting the shadow. You hear a boom, boom, as your space turtle is currently pressing against the outside windows, just bumping against it, like, you know, kind of lurking
Well,
behind. It's
for
still,
one,
it's
it's kind
wearing,
of freaky.
it's wearing its
Second,
harness.
that's for one, that's it's kind of creepy that it's doing it. Two, that's actually mildly impressive. I didn't know it could float that high.
Mm,
I'm gonna go open up the window to let him in.
right, and that's the issue. These windows don't open up. Once again, the amber core stone is flashing like, yeah, here's how you can make the mechanisms to make them open up and generate a field so that they'll be able to open, etc. You also feel as if this core stone has a charge or so, but what do you think?
Well, since it's trying to egg me on into doing something, it's I'm gonna test something with it. I'm gonna see if it'll allow me to instantly do the modification to this window. Even if it is only like a temporary.
Okay. Give me a mechanics check with advantage, please.
24.
Right. With a 24, you're kind of able to reach out and touch the golden light that is coming off the amber core stone as it causes your hand to glow. You touch the window, and immediately the lines of light go out and restructure the window so that now it is actually able to open and project a field that's not going to change the pressure of the room. Your space turtle floats on in. The window closes and returns back to the way it was. And then your amber core stone just kind of goes back to a regular glow and not such a bright and vibrant one. And the space turtle is now nuzzling against your face and your chin.
Well, I'll hold him up in my hand. I'll give him some nuzzles back. It's like, it's good to see you too.
All right.
You probably need a bath as well.
All right. And so the two of you are going to go ahead and get cleaned up together. Brave Stride, are you going to go to the suite? Are you going to heed a whistling stone that you heard off in the distance from the first hunt who wished to speak with you? Or are you going to go to the spaceport?
I'll go deal with the first hunt, and I will notify my parents' ship where I will be after dealing with the first hunt.
Sounds great. Sounds great. Tracking the whistling stone. You do see on the outskirts of the capital a large gathering of the first hunt that they are doing their version of celebrating. Feats of strength, tests, duels. Stories are being told of those that passed and other heroic deeds. But with that, you do see the elder and elder of the first hunt. He's currently utilizing a very wicked looking spear as a walking stick as he sees your approach. He goes ahead, he bows. Big Chief.
No, do not bow to me, as you are still my elder. I have much to learn from you.
You possess a wisdom that is beyond your years, young cub. There is some talk amongst us. Many want you to be our voice to the Prime Alpha. For the First Hunt do not wish to dwell as outsiders, but we wish to reclaim the ancient lands, the first lands. But there are some younger who wish to integrate into the rest of the tech lovers.
So you want the first lands? Is
Yes.
there something you're willing to compromise for that?
With that, he goes ahead and leads you over to one of the flat stones that they're using as a table. And he rolls out the map. As he's showing you the first lands, that is actually where they have the capital city. The capital city takes up effectively the northwest quadrant of the first lands, while the main spaceport for Val takes up the southwest.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
Underneath this tech city lies ruins, the history of our people. Tales of the old ways, long lost.
Does my map with the cave system actually line up with their map?
With that, he brings over the map of the cave system, and it does.
I think I might have a way for both to work.
Mm.
You guys, I believe, were trying to be the guardians of the Twilight Labyrinth as it was. But maybe we should make it official. I can't give you what's above, but we might be able to give you the ruins of old. If you continue to be guardians and not fight against those who have the capital, but be in communication with.
You are the big chief of the first hunt. You say, and we obey.
Though I may be the voice, I will take what my people want in consideration. I will not just walk on your will. Does this sound fair, though?
As long as we commit to the old ways, it is fine. It is good. He looks over at the younger Bona, the first hunt. They're playing and sharpening stones and practicing their spear throwing, knife work. Tell me, brave Strife, be we fools for sticking with a tradition that all have passed?
I don't think it's foolish to remember where we came from. The teachings and the honor and the valor that comes with that. But times are changing. There's always a new wind, a new smell. There's a new tomorrow. And not to adjust to the future could be foolish, as we have saw Tech and Spear do not fight on equal terms. So do I think we need to adjust? Yes. Do you need to acknowledge that there is change? Yes. Because as you are getting old, can you still be as spry as that youngster will be in 20 years? Is it fair to teach him that that stick is all he has to fight when there's another problem that will occur?
With that, the elder leads you over towards one of the larger stones that effectively is a wall of remembrance. Names are being carved into it. I wonder, Gravestride, how many names would not be here if our people knew the ways of the tech, if they used tech, how many lives could be spared?
I won't say this. I won't say tech is everyone's savior. But it does help. The tool, like the hammer you make. But let us remember them for the valor and the honor that they had to their ways, and they fought into the next life, holding on to what they valued most. But you were right. There could be less of them on there. They had the tools that we had advanced into. There are new armors, new weaponry. There are people can build cities in weeks with the technology. Plumbing, water, life, growth, reseeding of the plants. Though I do believe that by hand with reseeding of plants is more necessary as you value that hard work.
Is that he? You see the old Valna kind of smile. Gravestride, you have not been watching your steps. And he points behind you onto the ground. Upon looking at where he's pointing at, you realize that your emerald core stone is glowing a little bit brighter than usual, and everywhere that you have been walking with this elder, either grass or small plants have been growing.
Well, life and growth is what this stone represents.
You guys continue your walk, and you get over towards where some of the Volna that you have taught, they have reconstructed one of the larger Lorendi mechs, and they're currently going over drills about tying up the limbs, striking at weak points. You see that they're making various blades from the built-in blades from these mechs into spears and swords and daggers.
That's a good intro to the tech.
This is a good start.
And upon that, after walking towards them, they finally stop and they see you. They line up. Big Chief! And with that, they bow.
Carry on.
And with that, they actually kind of like smile like, oh, we can't wait to show off now. And they begin doing their drills using various different types of bolas to tie up the legs of these mechs while doing teamwork to launch themselves higher than before to get on top of the mech and stabbing towards his neck and severing various tubes. With every drill, the mech comes tumbling down into parts. And then some of the other Volna come over and reconstruct it, while the Volna that took it down start sharpening their blades.
I like this.
The elder Volna looks over. You have taught them. They have adapted. With that, finally, he leads you over towards a different field. In this one, they are still tending to the injuries of those that suffered during the conflict. Unfortunately, the old ways do not produce the fastest of results when it comes to healing. The old ways do not yet compensate for the loss of limbs. The elder Volna, he looks over at you. Tech could restore them, but then they would feel corrupted, changed in a bad way. They would have lost all the honor that came with their sacrifice.
Well, that comes from teaching and nurturing that. It's also honorable to adapt to the new ways and never forget the old ways. As I finish that statement, I will walk up and attune myself with the core stone and see if I could produce like a spore cloud that will help heal my people.
I like it. Give me a wisdom check with advantage, please. And so with that, you stop the emerald core stone from hovering in an orbit, and you stop it right in front of you. You place your paws on both sides of it and begin to concentrate. Immediately springing forth are various glowing mushrooms, the type that you have encountered before. With a 15, the healers that are currently tending to them immediately rush over and they grab the mushrooms. Some are poofing out a type of sparkling cloud of spores that are landing upon the wounded and the maimed, immediately relieving them of their pain, of their agony. The healers are looking about with their paws up, wondering how this is even possible before they look up upon the ridge and see you, Brave Stride, and the elder, and the emerald core stone glowing bright.
Hints of the divine.
The elder goes ahead and pats you on the back. We will talk more, Brave Stride. I sense you have more to do and more places to go.
You have asked me to get you the ruins back. I will do my utmost. Definitely the war you just fought and got our people back and clearing up some of the situation. I think you guys deserve it. But my parents have returned finally, and must see them, and also I must talk to the cache leader and also probably the alphas.
Hmm.
Lot to report now that I am Big Chief.
The old Volna nods and he places his paw upon your chest. May you keep the old ways. Always.
Always.
But with that, we are actually going to go back to one of the gleaming towers, one of the penthouses. Typhoon 44.
Yep.
Somehow, your wife, probably through the use of various medicines, has managed to calm down Jill.
You mean Ritalin?
Ah, shit.
Walnut Benadryl.
Right. And she has returned to your guys' suite exhausted. Immediately, she just sits on the bed, kicks off the boots. She goes, all right, Jonathan, I know that you're always thinking, always working, always crunching numbers. But when are you actually going to really relax?
It's in that I do find relaxation. You don't get that yet?
All right, that look on your face of constant concern and worry does not say relaxation. I know your face of relaxation, and that's not it.
Flip up behind her, start lifting her shirt off of her.
She goes, oh, no.
Stripping her down. I pick her up and head towards the shower.
Most definitely. As she, of course, continues to protest and call you various space dogs, space pirates, and dirty old captain.
Relax.
Right.
And just grin as I turn the shower on.
Right. You turn
He's about to not be a dirty old captain soon.
Definitely.
Be a clean old captain.
Well, you turn on the sonic shower, and of course, she turns it on to the setting that she likes.
Of course.
Otherwise known as Inferno. Warm.
Yeah, there's warm, there's hot, there's hellish, and then there's, white.
Supernova.
All right.
No, it's just listed as Jane.
There it is, right? You gotta love the presets, right? But yeah, she has the preset for it. And the camera will actually slowly pull out.
That's not how we got children.
All right, as you guys get clean together.
As the camera fades back, standing behind her, lean in, kiss her on the ear, and you sure you don't want another one?
Right. And
Then let the camera finish fading out.
Before she slaps you.
Right? Yeah, before she chooses violence. As that's happening.
It's funny how often children start off as a back rub.
Right.
Unbeknownst to them, a small black drone hovering outside their window floats away. Princess Aura, High Priestess Aura, War Priestess Aura, you available?
I am now.
Okay. Of course, you have one of the most extravagant penthouses available. This thing has about 3 floors. Any music you so desire is available. And the Symphonal
screaming metal in the background.
He, of course, has come to you and he's like, Your Grace, your father and mother and sister will be arriving shortly.
Why are my mother and sister here?
I do not know. They have not told me. Are you prepared?
I mean, no, but it's gonna happen anyway, so hopefully we'll get through it quickly.
Your Grace, as you know, I am under the authority of your father. He may remove me from your service. I simply wanted to express my gratitude. I wish to tell you that you have been the most difficult assignment of my entire existence. Yet, with this assignment, I do believe I have learned much. I have changed much. And I have gone beyond the boundaries of a mere sentinel into the new realms of a simple one. So I wish to tell you thank you for helping me simp. I would not even know about being a simp if it was not for you, Your Grace. The entire time, Ori is behind you like...
Thank you for having the courage to tell me all of that, Remus. And I just want you to know that I'm very proud of how much you have grown as a person, and the way that you interact with the world is changing. And it's been really cool to see that. And even if my father does separate us, I do want you to know that you will always be my favorite Seminole. You are the one and only.
That's so sweet.
And with those words, you do see he is trying to look up and to the left. Your words are too kind, Your Grace. He bows deep, and if there's anything anything you need before your parents, your the king and queen and the princess arrive, you simply need to let me know. Though I do have a request, Your Grace.
What's that?
Do not refer to me as friend in the presence of the other royalty.
How would you prefer to be referred to as?
My official title is the Sentinel. That is how I am known and recognized. Though in my heart, I will always be your friend and your simp. But please...
Well, I will respect your wish.
Thank you, Your Grace. And with that, you hear, of course, the bing dong. Immediately, the doors just kind of open on their own. The Sentinel Remus, he moves to your side and straightens himself up. Ori does the same on your other side, and immediately Ori looks over and she kind of straightens out the creases of your outfit. The door opens and several smaller of Kesh bond servants rush in and immediately begin to activate their hollow emitters so that a golden carpet can further come from the hallway into the penthouse that the royalty may walk upon. The gold holographic carpet comes to a stop immediately before you, Aura. And another very small cache, he comes in. Now announcing the king, queen, and princess of the cache, King Aldors and Queen Helvirin. And immediately the two caches that were flanking the sides of the door that are holding the hollow emitter for the carpet, they hit another device, and there is actually applause and cheering that is being generated as your father, he actually comes rushing in, and he actually gives you a huge hug along with his two sentinels. Each one.
Hey, Dad.
He goes, how are you doing, my daughter?
Well, I'm still just very grateful that I'm not dead.
As am I, as am I. He turns around, no, don't turn it off, turn it off. And immediately the other cast, they turn off the cheering and crowds and whatnot. And he looks down at the floor, and they turn off the carpet as well. Immediately your mother kind of walks in, and she's like, Aldors, please, you're going to crush the girl. And your mother gives you a very gentle hug. And she looks you up
Mom.
and down. Oh, Aura, have they not been feeding you? You've lost weight, dear.
To be fair, I've been in another realm of existence for probably more hours than I'm awake in the day.
That's nice, dear, but you still must eat, and I'm sure those other realms and places are fascinating, but you should never neglect your nutrition.
I'll do better at listening to Ori when she offers me food.
All right. And, immediately, Ori is like, and both your mother and father look at Ori, and Ori, steps back into effectively attention.
Hey, Ori, how does it feel to know that you were right?
Well played.
And with that, Ori is just like grinning hugely, right? She is smiling from ear to ear, and finally, your sister, she enters and goes, "Oh, Aura, you look exactly the same. Armor, quite an interesting choice. It's pretty unflattering on you, sis. It is. It doesn't show off anything."
Well, I mean, it's not my place to question the taste of the gods, but, God-given armor and all that, I think I'll just wear it and be humble.
And with that, she goes, "Oh, so by the gods, you say, by the triumvirate, they gave this to you. I've been observing the sim, and Father, did you not know that your daughter is now possibly a high priest?"
Wow, you are a day late and several months short. Come on.
With that, your father, he looks over. "Perhaps I shall speak to my daughter alone." Sentinels, they all snap to. "Please escort my wife and other daughter to their rooms." And with that, the queen, she's like, "Dear, much needs to be discussed." And immediately, the king goes, "And I will update you as I will. Enjoy the other penthouse that the Volner are presenting to us. We will be in a lot of talks. I simply wish to have a word with our daughter. And he kind of gives her this look, and with that, she just kind of just, as you wish, all doors. Immediately, one of the smaller casual. And now exiting Queen, and she just smacks him. And with that, your mother and sister leave, as well
Good
as the
slap.
other half of the Sentinels. And so right now in the room is only you, Aura, your father, Aldors, his main Sentinel, your Sentinel, Ori, as well as his bondservant. And with that, your father goes, my daughter, we must talk. You are the new high priestess, a position that has not revealed itself to our people in quite some time. I have been talking with the Prime Alpha of this world, and they are constructing a temple to the Triumvirate here. With that, he goes ahead, he looks over at his bondservant, and his bondservant immediately brings up this hollow of the various thousands upon thousands of requests of the High Priestess that have been flooding the royal court. My daughter, this was an eventuality that I had never anticipated. I am sure both your bondservant and your sentinel, and Remus is like, Sentinel, my lead. Oh. And the king looks at him, your what? Forgive me. My liege, I spoke out of turn. The king gives him almost a withering look, and he looks back at you, Aura. Daughter, it seems as if your sentinel is in need of retraining. Do not worry, I will replace him with someone better qualified.
No, I broke him the way I like him.
You prefer him? He has failed to bring you back. He looks back at you. You broke him the way that you like him.
You cannot trust that someone in a position that has not been known for however long will be successful by operating off of the base traditions, the same old things over and over again. There is a point in time that evolution is necessary, that we need to think more progressively. We need to move forward in the way that we perceive this universe. So yes, I've broken him the way that I like him, and he has had a very positive impact on the surrounding universe.
And with that, your father is looking at you with pride in his heart. As he goes ahead, he puts his hands on his shoulders. He goes, spoken like a leader. Daughter, know this. As king, I must protect our culture, our way of life. I also must deal with this. And he gestures towards his bondservant, who changes the hologram to now show an artificial island that is currently heavily populated with purple kesh. They claim you as their savior.
Yeah, about that. So how have they been doing?
Yep.
Well, daughter, many were injured, some killed. They had beaten with their fists and rocks and stones several of the Lorendi, one of them being an emissary that has provided a little bit of a political situation. We have placed them upon this island where we have yet to decide what to do with them. They are prone to violence. We have had to stop 17 riots, and we have stationed sentinels upon that island to keep the order. Someone has made it known that the purple cache exists, and so this cannot be swept under the carpet. And seeing as how they claim you as their savior, as their liberator, and now you are high priest, that has removed their fate from my hands. Tell me, my daughter.
Yep.
What do you know of the purple cache?
Well, what I know and what I think I know, or what some of my theories are, still requires some fine tuning and some testing. I don't think that this is an incurable condition, but it does require a certain amount of personal belief for every individual of this disposition. So I think that with enough support and enough time, these can be very, very powerful allies and new constituents of the Kashin race.
My daughter, it is a dark spot in our history, but that has been tried. They are too unruly, too angry, too violent.
So
Please speak.
I think that what is necessary is a shift in thinking. So you say they are too violent, they are too wily. For what? Living the life, living in civilizations as the way we have structured them? Have we tried it, observing them and seeing what they need and get an idea of what kinds of environments that they can thrive in? Just because they are Kesh does not mean they need to live the exact same way that other Kesh do. I mean, we are chameleons. We can blend in anywhere. If we can figure out a place that they can live safely and be in a symbiotic relationship with their neighbors and their environment, I don't see any reason why we should treat them as other.
You see, my daughter, they do not possess that gift. They are unable to alter their appearance. That has been replaced with this innate rage that they're able to tap into to further increase their strength and speed and durability.
Do you not see the potential for that?
You are suggesting that we use them as weapons of war.
Not weapons. Voluntary soldiers. Let them choose what they would like to do.
I believe you need more experience. I have persuaded the rest of our leaders, the nobility, as well as your mother, to delay the decision regarding their fate. We are currently observing them, and so far we are not liking what we see.
Well, perhaps I'd make better decisions if I got some of that data.
It will be provided to you. But know this, daughter. You may be the only thing that save these purple cash, for everyone else wants them eradicated. I'm
For
sorry.
no reason other than their disposition?
Their disposition will lead to a change of how the Silverane Arc views all cash. For these purple cash do not seek exploration. They do not seek the knowledge that can be gained from blending with other cultures, from learning of them. I sorry to express this, but those that were trainable, we have bred them into lowborns. And he looks over at his bondservant and yours. But those that were not became even more violent, more troubled, more unreasonable, irrational. Upon reaching their peak, this is what happens. And with that, he gives the nod to his bondservant, and the bondservant changes the hologram, and you see a purple creature, monster, extremely similar in shape and size, with the sharp bony protrusions to that of the seed spawn.
All right, I have a friend that might be able to help me with this. I have a few friends that can probably help me with this.
Think it over, but be swift, my daughter. As soon as one of them becomes this, the decision will be out of both of our hands. But know this. Whatever you decide, daughter, it will not change how I feel about you. You know that, right?
Yeah, remember to tell my sister that I'm your favorite.
Last time I made that mistake, it cost me plenty with her shopping spree. I am proud of you, my daughter. But before I go, please take this into consideration. No more interplanetary wars. You hear me?
I didn't cause this one, I swear.
No promises.
All right. I love you, my daughter. And with that,
Love you too.
he touches his head to your head. And a brief flash of memory of the joy that he felt when you were first born. And he held you up in the beautiful sunlight. And you realize that no matter how old you get, he will always view you like this. And with that, he walks away. And before he leaves though, the bond servant gives him a slight tap on the leg, and he stops and he looks at him. And the bond servant goes ahead and cycles through the hollows, and shows him something. Aura.
What I do?
Just straight to like, what did I do?
Is it your royal decree? And think about this carefully, my daughter. That your sentinel be rebranded as the Simplinal. With that, even the bond servant, you see the little vein pop out of your father's bond servant's head as he is struggling to keep his composure. And you look over, and Remus is beaming with pride.
Yes.
Yes, Queen.
So where is this report coming from?
With that, he gives the nod to the bond servant. The bond servant goes over to some post that was placed upon the sim. Yes. And so it's Lily Ander. Oh, my stars, my twinkles. All right.
This bitch again?
I heard it through the sim. All right, get this. She goes ahead, she puts up a hologram of Remus. He called himself the simp. Oh my stars, this is so Nova. All right, and immediately she puts up like an altered hologram of him that has simp written all over his armor. All right. And she goes, can you believe it? He's supposed to be protecting this princess, this high priestess. I don't know what title she's going to give herself next. I guess Grand Poobah of the Silverine Arc. All right. And guess what? She still hasn't found a man. What does that say? But wait a minute. He's simping for her. So guess what? He is her man.
That lady needs to be captured at all costs. She is now a terrorist.
Captured is not the word I would have used, but yes, she needs to be dealt with.
I think you're a terrorizer.
Right. And so with that, he shuts down the hologram and he looks over at you, Aura. So, Aura, you can explain this to me now quickly, or we can talk about it later.
Yes, Daddy.
Yes, Daddy. I you know, a lot of this is rooted in you know, not everybody is super familiar with obscure terms like simp. And you know, Remus has identified a lot of value and honor in the word. To him, it equates to legendary warrior, dedicated and loyal. I don't think that this is something that needs to be further addressed.
Aura, he doesn't know what it
Use
means,
the
correct?
Sentinel.
And with that, finally, Remus, he steps forward. He bows low. My liege. The hologram holds true. I do simp for your daughter, as I am her sentinel that you have ordered me to be. She, as the high priestess, has now dubbed me her Simpinal. It is a name of honor. The hologram also holds true. I am her man.
Oh, shit.
Oh shit.
The father's eyes get huge.
Oh shit.
All she need
I
do
mean-
is speak the word, and I shall attack, I shall die, I shall stand aside. Whatever she needs of me, I will provide. Lastly, my liege, with all honor and respect, though I am not nobility, though I am not royalty, I do ask for your permission to court
Gee.
the princess and high priestess of the Kesh. I know I am not worthy, but I will break the back of gods to become so. With that, he generates his sword and he hands it over to your father. And then he kneels and lowers his head. The father looks at him and he looks at you, Aura. Ori is like shocked beyond belief.
Did you know what the word simp meant this entire time?
And with that, Remus, without looking up, half of the time.
Which half?
Yes.
And with that, the father, he has the sword in his hand. He's looking at you, Aura, and you can immediately, you feel him telepathically asking you, what the hell is going on?
She broke
Oh,
him
all right.
the way she liked.
I
He
will
is a
put it-
sentinel.
Obviously, the way he liked.
Has he
into it.
done anything dishonorable or disrespectful with you? I will slay him now.
No, he's
This motherfucker will
harmless.
die.
He's harmless. He hasn't done anything that has been even remotely inappropriate. Wow, that damage. The damage is irreparable, isn't it?
It's simplistic. Oh!
I can replace him already. He has crossed too many boundaries, daughter. Did you know that he had these feelings for you? You did.
I suspected.
Aura.
I also wasn't going to call him on it.
You little horn dog, you.
And what am I supposed to say to this?
Ignore it.
I mean, if people get weird about it, you can say that Simpinol is a new type of initiate for the new high priestess of
He's the royal concubine. It's settled.
Aura. I do sense that your heart does not truly lie with him, at least not completely. This goes beyond your royal title. You are the high priestess now. You have a higher calling. And while, as Kesh, I know that he believes in the triumvirate, this is not a good pairing.
I mean, we're not even a couple.
Good. Are you sure you want him to remain as your simp? I can't believe. Did you tell him this? Did you get him started on this? Was it your
Wait,
bondservant?
Wait, what?
The word simp is not even in our language.
I know, that's why it was so funny.
Oh.
The poor bastard.
Oh,
Ethan Grammer was against him.
do you know how many suitors, after the whole debacle with this Lillian Astrolopolis that my spies have yet to locate, by the way.
Follow the drugs. It won't be hard.
Nobility after nobility. So many suitors have come my way, and now this happens.
I will say this. If any of the suitors that you are screening are more focused on what they can offer me instead of what they will benefit themselves, I'll consider it. But so far, Remus has been the only truly selfless person that has ever approached me, expecting nothing in return other than my safety and my presence. He has set the bar pretty high. Also, he's a fucking idiot, and I kind of love it.
Also, he's a murder machine.
Also that.
I mean, like, single-handedly taking on just about a full flight deck of fucking Lorendi by himself before getting captured. He's a beast.
Yeah, he's Randy. He's like, I didn't hear no bell.
Yeah.
Aura, do you share those memories?
Yeah. Including when I jumped into a pit after eating a bunch of glowing mushrooms.
Oh, no. No, don't tell Daddy that.
You
That's what
shared
happened.
that memory, and immediately he like almost staggers. He's like, "You did what?" And immediately the bond server is there to catch your father. All right, his sentinel, immediately is there for at his side, and the king, he gets himself together. Daughter,
Yeah.
it is apparent you need way more protection. Way more.
Am I hearing that you are giving me permission to break more fragile minds with my unhinged power dynamics? Do you really want more Sempinos in the world? Because I will do it again.
He senses your conviction. So this is what the Terrans mean between a stone and an impenetrable place.
Rock and hard place.
Yeah, something like that.
I never thought I would say this, but could you be just a little bit more like your sister? At least the only thing she does is ruin the money and break hearts. You are causing this man to be obsessed.
I'll take it into consideration. I think with Remus the damage is done though. But please don't give me more innocent souls to corrupt. I mean, I didn't actually try that hard with Remus. It just kind of happened, and it'll happen again.
I also received a report that you're missing another bond servant as well as your brand.
Oh, you mean free?
Come again?
Free.
What's free?
That's the name of one of the people you're referencing. His name is Free.
The traitor, he sent over the proper forms. He gifted you a cash bond server by the name of Balo.
Balo renamed himself as Free when I gave him independence.
Wait. Okay.
He is really good with children.
Renamed him, gave him his independent.
Tommy's a freedom.
He's feeling a tad woozy. Too much info.
So, Aura, you've been doing drugs. You almost killed yourself. You're leading on the man I sent to protect you. You are freeing bond servants. You are conversing with gods. And one of our honor traditions of bestowing someone the incredible authority of your brand, someone, a representative of you, someone who is able to be in your place, you give that authority to a non-Kesh? You give that to a Volna? Ah, Aura, do I need to get my bondservant to clean everything that we hold dear from underneath your shoes?
I mean, maybe not all of it.
Oh,
You gotta admit, saying all that out loud made me sound like I'm pretty cool, right?
you have been around these Terrans for too long. I knew you were rebellious. I knew you had an independent streak, but... And now you have placed an ancient curse of the Purple Cash back upon our minds.
That's the only thing I actually sort of feel bad about. I mean, we'll be dedicating some energy and manpower to that, so I am taking that seriously. I know I'm kind of a giant disappointment, but at least in that aspect, I'll be serious.
With that, you actually a little bit of anger on your father's face. He steps close, even closer to you. Aura, don't you ever call yourself a disappointment. Do you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the way that you described my escapades from the past few months, though, did make me sound like a hippie Jesus.
Crazy person.
Jesus Christ, superstar.
Daughter,
That one was a trip.
within a very short amount of time, you have freed and oppressed Purple Cash.
You have freed and oppressed them at the same time.
Freely oppressed.
You have become a core bearer, possessing a legendary item, a mythological item, and seemingly have begun to harness its power. You have become a high priestess by the choice of the triumvirate itself. And finally, he looks over at his bondservant that's currently fixing something. Bondservant Alloy, what are you doing?
Nanya.
Nanya. Oh God.
Fix the hollow projector outside of the room. He goes back to telepathic communication with you, Aura. As I was saying, I have seen the memory. You have stood on the ethereal and conversed with the triumvirate itself, face to face, and somehow has survived. You will never be a disappointment. He looks over at the Sentinel, and with his blade, he puts it to his chin and causes the Sentinel to rise.
I talked to Sis.
Remus, you may not court my daughter, the Princess Aura, the High Priestess Aura, the Core Bearer Aura. Yet I do decree that you will stay by her side, and upon the death and elimination of your essence, be the shield that keeps all hurt, harm, or danger from her. Do you understand? And with that, the Sentinel Remus, he bows. My liege, that is my purpose for being, be it your order or not. Your father telepathically tells you, is this guy for real? What did you do to him to provoke this type of loyalty?
I told him to make friends.
That anime bead of sweat comes down your father's head like, really? That's it?
Sometimes it's the simple things. I'm telling you.
I see. And with that, in his regular voice and not telepathic, I take my leave. Daughter, I will be close. Remus, as you were. And with that, your father, he goes ahead and he leaves.
As I'm watching my father leave the room, I'm going to look at Remus and telepathically just say, look, man, any consent you need, get it from the triumvirate.
With that, immediately, Remus' eyes opens. I understand. And somehow he's able to draw his feet up and fall onto his knees extremely quickly, and he begins praying hard. Triumvirate, I beseech you. I pray for your permission, your guidance to court your high priest, for her to know that my essence is towards her always. That triumvirate, your high priestess, is my direction, my devotion, and my dependency. I will give any offering. I will sacrifice all that you ask, as long as I am able to remain in her presence, triumvirate. And I have to roll a D100 for him. And we will see what the triumvirate
Come on,
says.
nat 100. Ah, Remus. What the hell, bro?
The triumvirate are quiet.
Makes sense. He just started praying this hard.
Sure didn't seem like someone had to pray that hard.
He'll make it a daily thing, trust me. He's the Sentinel.
So true.
He's got a 1% chance.
All right, and Aura, as you're watching him, he is still praying, by the way. I'm just not voicing it. Ori, she has returned to your side. She has a tray of treats and snacks and goodies. Your Grace, he may be down there for a while. And your mother is right. Perhaps you should eat something?
You're going to be insufferable because I said you were right, aren't you?
Oh, forevermore, your Grace, forevermore.
Thanks for the snacks.
All right. And immediately, Ori hits a button on one of the devices, and it hits a hologram listing of some of your favorite hollows. And immediately, it has a device that will roll back the sheets and whatnot for you guys to get comfortable on the bed and actually just sit and enjoy some of your favorite hollows. And she goes, Your Grace, shall we commence the relaxation?
Relaxation is commenced.
All right. And so with that, you guys go ahead, hop aboard the hovering bed and enjoy your various hollows and snacks, seeing as how there's little drones that will actually suck up all the crumbs. All right. And instantly laser clean all of the stains from the various juices, wines, etc.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you elaborated.
That, heavens. Okay. Fruit and berry juices.
I'm sorry. I don't know what happens in certain people's beds, but it's normally not involving berry juices.
Aura is a
Gotcha.
virgin.
That doesn't mean you are.
But yes.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're not.
I'm a little sorry. Okay.
For a break.
But most definitely. But with that, we're actually going to take a very short break. And when we come back, we're about to see what else is going to be happening on this day of festivities, as well as a new start for the planet Vol. See you in about 5 minutes.
fuck?
And we are back with some more Esper Genesis. And after a very touching and a little awkward meeting between the King of the Cash and his daughter, our very own High Priestess and Princess Aura, we now shift to the spaceport. Brave Stride. From the first hunt camp in the Twilight Labyrinth, back to the spaceport, reclaiming Umbra, your phase beast. Though the Emerald Core Stone is no longer embedded within her head, since you still possess it, you are able to communicate with her telepathically. And with that, she is telling you all about the best nap that she took. She's
jealous.
She goes, oh, yeah, I stretched out. I was on my back. I broke into.
Did you drool?
No.
This is the longest fucking 10 minutes.
Phase beasts don't drool. And with that, I just went to Free's room and tore both of his pillows.
Why the pillows?
Because I got tired of tearing up the chair.
Why are you so mad at Free?
I'm not mad. It was there.
All right. You know what? You need phase beast size cat tower.
What's that?
Show you.
All right, and you go ahead. You bring up a hologram of it, and maybe it immediately. Umbra, your phase beast stops, and she's looking over towards a huge pile of shipping containers. And immediately, you just see this rise of interest and desire within your phase beast.
Do we smell gumbo?
And your phase beast is like, no, better than gumbo. And with that, she just takes off and leaves you. And you see she rushes over towards a whole lot of the shipping containers, and it looks like she has found a box that she is it's too small for her, but she is trying to get inside of it.
Okay. We'll just get her a box.
She's like, this is my box now. Leave me be.
I'll be over here.
And with that, she's doing her best to get comfortable and settled and curled into the box. As you go over and you see your father outside of that ship that you've called home for so long. He's there in his spacesuit, and he's currently giving orders to a couple of the drones that are hovering about and doing various repairs on the outside of the ship. You could tell that they actually took part in the conflict. Those are fresh blaster and railgun marks on the hull of the ship. And
how'd the other guys look?
Your father looks over. Dead and gone. Dead and gone. He goes over, clasps your forearm, pulls you in, and gives you a tight hug. A brave stride always finds a way. He goes ahead. Look at this. What's this, bone?
Yeah, because this bow doesn't like tech.
The Aether Storm book. He goes ahead. He takes it in his hands. He looks at it. Here it goes.
Cobalt,
Yeah.
are you showing that you're live? Because it's not coming across for Nicole.
Thank you for letting me know. On my side, it is saying that it is live. Though, strangely enough, your video feed is not coming up on my end.
Honestly, I'm looking at the live stream right now, and it's still on the hold menu.
Yep. Really?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then.
I just looked at it, and it's live.
Most definitely.
Okay, now it's doing it. I don't know what the hell's going on.
There's a delay. There's a huge delay. My internet is not the best, and so for everyone, I mean, Argus, if you don't mind me revealing to everyone else, you're in Canada, right? And we have people across
the betrayal.
Oh, stop it. Anyway, we have people all over the country. It's going to be showing up at different times. All right, that's just how it goes. So hopefully everything is up, and I hope we get Ty back soon. But Brave Strike. With that, your father, he gives you back the Aether Storm bow, and he is looking at you. He goes ahead, he gives you that punch in his shoulder. He was my son. Wait, the bone armor, the Aether Storm bow. Are you Big Chief? Is my son Big Chief?
Nope.
Oh. Oh, I can't wait to tell the loud roars about all of this.
I actually came across them in my explorations.
Oh, so they know. Oh,
they don't know yet.
Oh, I gotta be there when you tell them. Oh, yes. Oh, come on. You gotta say how your month's been worried crazy about you. All right. He goes ahead.
You guys got some gumbo on hand? I got a companion that needs to eat.
Your mother just made some.
Cool. Just let it waft out. She'll be here.
All right. And your father still likes the old ways. And for him, that means he actually has a remote for the loading ramp for his ship. He could have that feature built into very gauntlets in his helmet and whatnot, but no. He actually prefers having remotes. He has 3 on his hip right now.
What's the lanyard?
Yes, right? He goes ahead, hits a button, and, boop, boop, boop. And immediately the loading ramp comes down. And he goes, all right, now, son, you have to tell me everything. I don't believe anything that the sim says. Your mother's been trying to tell me what's on the sim, and this Lillian Astrolopolis, I don't know. Jeez. I'm going to claw her in the face when I see her. So, I'll tell you that right now.
Hey, if you guys find her, there's a race to find her right now.
And he goes, okay. And you're going to have to explain this. And he reaches into his bag, and he pulls out a Rylan Brave Strike plushie.
Yeah, so, did you ever make it to Palavaro?
Ew, no, we were going to stop by on the way here, but then we lost contact with the Space Forces and the fleet, and so we had to come investigate. All of a sudden, the Lorendi are here. So we started blasting. They got a couple of good hits, but nothing's bringing down this baby. Boop, boop, boop.
Yep. Yeah, so we're the saviors of the Palavaro as well. Dealt with some sea spawn and some traitorous cash and some other stuff, and because we're the heroes there, they made stuff in my likeness that I signed royalties for.
Oh, so you're getting paid?
Yeah, I'm getting paid.
That's my boy. That's my son. Come here. All right. He goes ahead, gets his arm around you. All right, come on. We have to eat. We have to talk. You have to tell me all these stories. We have to get them recorded. He goes, oh, wait a minute. And he grabs one of the remotes and boop, boop, boop. And one of the drones come by and it starts recording everything. And finally he looks, oh, a phase beast. Nice. Wait, is that your phase? That's not your phase beast. The one I saw in the hollow had the core stone.
Oh, you mean this?
And you bring it out.
Put it back before he gets all obsessed with it.
He goes, son, do you know that? Okay, look on this. That is one of the keys to finding the 5th crucible. Do you know that?
Now you have stuff to tell me.
We have to talk. Well, hold on a moment. Well, that one's not yours. Hold on. I think I can get it. Hey, Face Beast. Face Beast. Wait a minute. He starts wafting the gumbo. Come here, Face Beast. Come on now. Be nice. And Brave Stride, Umbra is slowly coming towards you guys with the box in her teeth. And she is like, who is this fatter version of you?
I'm sorry. I just buzzed out laughing.
All right. And your father's like, wait, don't scare it away. Don't scare it away. All right.
Oh,
tell me-
she's fine. She's
Wait.
wondering why you're so fat.
Wait, what?
I put on some pounds there and I put them in the gut.
Yeah. Well, my Terran friends say that it's what they call it, maternity weight.
What?
What?
Wait, your dad's your mom?
But
Shut up. Hell,
they're
look.
calling you. You're calling you pregnant?
He goes, I let the Terran out of the bag. He goes ahead and holds your shoulders. Son, your mother's not that old.
I don't need to know anymore.
Oh, son, it was marvelous. We were on this hunt, right? We were trying to actually track down one of the most dangerous creatures in the Silrain Ark. We were looking not only for a quantum worm, right? With those things are hideous, all right, but we were just pulling up nil, and here we are, right? This jungle moon, the ambiance is right. Oh, son, I gave her the look.
Okay, that's
All right.
we're good.
No,
We're good.
it is right. She gave the look back, and I knew it was on.
I'm glad you're still conquering mom, Dad,
Oh,
with your old hip.
Oh yeah. Oh, trust me. When she gave me that look back, son, I was in no pain whatsoever. Oh, all right. You know.
Did you know I wrote a Drake?
You what?
Yeah, there we go. That's better.
All right. Listen, you got to tell me about you writing a Drake. All right. I was getting ready to go to the part where I had your mother by the back of the neck, right? But we're going to talk. If finally, you hear your mother, she is like, "Oh, don't tell the boy that." What
Thanks,
is
Mom.
wrong with you?
Thanks.
There you go. Oh, there was nothing wrong with me that night now, was it?
I'm Big Chief, and here he is, telling me all your horror stories.
Listen, our son wrote a Drake, honey. He wrote a what? He wrote a Drake. And with that, Umbra shoots past you, and all of a sudden you hear your mother screaming.
She's fine. She just wants the gumbo.
All right. It's as you guys are walking through the ship and you're looking at the skulls of various creatures. I mean, you realize your father has been pretty busy, including it looks like looking at some of the holograms that he has been also trying to track down something called a Cradron.
A what?
He sees that you spot the hologram, and he is like, "Oh yeah, very, very dangerous." Yes, these things, almost no one has seen them. They're considered primordials, incredibly psionic. Right now, your mother, in her off time, has been trying to find a way to protect our minds from being driven insane by looking for these things, but oh yeah, no one has ever captured a Cradron, much less a Cradron Elder. But oh, you know us, a brave Stry will find a way.
At least, or die trying.
You know it. Oh, so anyway, you're gonna tell me about how you were writing a Drake, and after that, I'll tell you about this one time this cliche was chasing your mother and I. Right? We didn't even know it was there. That thing. I mean, you would never think that it was as fast as it was. All right. till it was eaten by a greater cliche. That's we have the teeth marks inside the ship. All right, but that's a different story. But with that, you go ahead and you sit down. And your mother, she's already served Umbra, your phase beast, some of the gumbo, and now the bowls are coming out. Your mother's come to the side. She's giving you a kiss and hits you with a bowl. Whipped out the good wine, the good bloodberry wine. And she is like looking. Bone armor. Oh, did you make this yourself, dear?
It's shit, I know.
It is. It is. We can make it better, but it's nice. It's nice. I can tell you tried.
I think the first hunt will help me out with a better set if I ask them nicely, or they'll give me some type of trial to earn it. They like a very big fan of trials.
And she goes, yes, those are the old ways. And immediately, your father goes, no, honey, look. He's the big chief of the first hunt. All right, he has the emerald core stone. Or he's tamed a phase beast. And Umbra, her face comes up from the bowl of gumbo. You what?
What he means is that we're good pals.
Right.
Do I not feed you?
Right now, this other kitty is feeding.
Yeah, just enjoy. Just exactly that.
Your father is going off. All right, he's the hero of our planet. All right, he's a war hero. Our son is a war hero. Or look at Aether Storm Bow. The Aether Storm Bow. It found him worthy.
Yeah, I didn't have to go through all 7 trials for it.
And with that, your mother's like, wait a minute, he didn't go through all 7 trials?
No, I trusted in Val, ate a mushroom, jumped down a giant chasm, and there we go.
Right, as your mother kind of like face palms, your father like, ha 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 ha. See? All right, mushrooms are fine. And she's like, don't encourage him. Brave Stripe, you... Rythan. I don't want you eating mushrooms.
It was a blue one.
Do you know how long it took me to have your father stop eating blue mushrooms? With that, you see your father begins to like walk away like, yes, yeah, I stopped it.
Did you jump off anything after eating them?
Yeah, yes, your father did jump off something. You want to tell him what you jumped off of? Honey, that was the quickest way off of the ship. And with that, she gets up and she is... Rylan, I'm not sure if your father has told you this, but you're about to be a big brother.
Yeah, he was trying to regale me in how he was conquering you, which I really didn't need to hear about, but okay.
She shoots him a look, and he's like, what are you so ashamed of? He knows how... He's not a child anymore. As a matter of fact... Riley, my boy, tell me. I've heard a few stories that your pack has been growing. Tell me. How much you been mating, son? And she looked, oh, no. We are not having a discussion at the table. All right. You bite the back of the neck like I taught you, boy. All right. Look, they like a little clawing of the back. All right. They listen, I know what I'm talking about. Oh, wait a minute.
You forget the disposition I am in.
Oh, yeah. First hunt. Oh.
Well, also that I'm an albino.
Honey, he's big chief. He can have like 4 or 5.
Yeah. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, oh, okay. Here you go. Is something bothering you? Tell me, son.
No.
What's going on?
Well, I won't be on this planet much longer if my pack decides that it's time to go. We sense that we still have things that we have to complete.
Well, the pack is going to leave when you say they leave.
That's not how my pack works.
They're your pack. That's how packs work.
We're more of a collective than a leader involved.
Wait. Hold the claws. Are you saying that you're not the alpha of your pack?
Everyone's an alpha in my pack. Depends on what they're good at and what they specialize in takes the call on that. We delegate.
See, now you sound like your mother. Okay.
And what's wrong with sounding like mother, huh?
And she turns around. She's like, "Yeah, what's wrong with that? What? When did you two turn against our?
You know what? Quit feeding him. Quit feeding him. He's fat.
You are big. Well, okay, if I am fat, it is because of her cooking." And she goes, "No one told you to eat the whole pantry."
Is he out eating the pantry again?
And she goes, "Oh, again, you don't know about his night raids." He goes, "Listen, I have a
What's
high
going on?
metabolism. That is what's going on here."
I think you haven't been checked for worms like you were supposed to.
Wait, you're running around with the first pack. When was the last time you were checked for worms?
It's been a bit.
And with that,
Not really.
Your mother comes over. "Oh, trust me, he does not have worms. I check him in his sleep." "You do what?"
Also, you did go through like a full biological scan when the
Yep.
whole like,
So it was only a matter of a few weeks ago.
Not even.
I have two capable doctors or scientists that keep me in check when it comes to my health. Also, the high priestess that I am branded to also would probably make sure.
Wait. Someone branded you, my son? He goes, "Hey," he gets up, he starts reaching for a weapon. He goes, "Wait a minute. Who is burned?"
Not that type of branding. Not that type.
And with that, she goes ahead. Your mother grabs your father's arm and pulls him back down to the seat. He goes, "He is the brand of the catch, not branded." He goes, "Didn't you read the articles that I sent you?" Yeah. I mean, when I'm...
He never reads.
And in the refresher, I read all types of material in the refresher. And she goes, "No, you don't. I know what you do in the refresher, all right?"
Feline Weekly.
"All right, I clean that thing. I know what you do. And guess what? You don't get all the spots."
Gross.
You ride a Drake. Wait, son. So you ride
I
Drakes.
rode a Drake.
Yeah, so tell us about what type of Drake was it, my son?
I'll just regale him in everything in the quick way. Real quick.
And so you begin telling the story. All right, your mother is impressed and proud. Your father had to be sent to go clean the refresher again. All right, and you actually just kind of have a very good time. And your mother is actually taking a whole lot of this down, and she begins sharing some of her research about how the core stones, each one has come from a very specific crucible. But despite the fact that there are innumerable crucibles throughout the entire cosmos, in the Silverine Arc, there are 5 very special crucibles, but only 4 so far have been discovered. Each one of these core stones has come from one of these crucibles, but it is only upon using them that will reveal the way to the 5th crucible, and thus the white core stone. And as
Colorless.
Yes. Yeah, it was a little bit of a dream to be the one to find the 5th crucible, but we've run across way too many cultists. And so it's something we've put on the back burner. Now, Rylan, listen to me. All right?
Yes.
If you see someone walking around in a dark hood chanting the 5th, you stay away from them.
I will tear them apart.
No, you don't tear them apart. You stay away. She goes ahead. She starts bringing up articles of every now and again where these cloaked figures have been spotted. Explosions happen. There's one at this party ship that happened that the 5th cultists managed to somehow infiltrate and cause an explosion.
We were there.
Yeah, that's how I met Oh.
Is that literally the origin story of this whole shit?
She goes, son, listen to
Wait,
me.
who was on that ship? Was there anyone of importance on that ship?
The article says that it happened at some Promethean's birthday party,
Oh my god.
but he survived. There were a few casualties. There were a lot of injuries. They're saying that the princess of the Kesh was there because it's one of those VIP
That's how I met
parties.
them.
Wait, you were there?
I was on the planet that it crash landed onto, not that far from me and my employers that I was on at the time. Remember how I took that job?
Yes, I have the
escorting?
hollow. You said that you were going to be protecting some small little Dindus girl.
Yeah. Well, think about which planet I was on and where that ship crash landed. Making connections now, Mom?
Well, no. Your last hollow was from Dindus. You didn't tell me where you were going.
Oh. My bad. Yeah, I should probably get better at reporting. Yeah, so yeah, that was on that planet that it crash landed on.
Well,
And that's how I met my pack.
Your pack. Well, who's in your pack, dear? All right, because
I got a cash royalty. I got a
oh,
seedy Terran space captain and his wife and child and other child, and then we got another cash and then another. Holy shit, we have a lot of cash. And then we got a Promethean and we got a Ashen 4. Yeah, we got everything. My pack's awesome.
she goes, oh, that is so diverse, and you could learn so much from them. Finally, your father comes back from cleaning the refresher. Okay, so how many Volna? You got a couple.
I am alone.
Why?
Dealing with my own people's shit. Look what I have to do. I come back home and I have to save them. And then, honestly, the other Valna that was on our ship shat all over the place. Well, you think I want to clean up after them? No, I don't. They're not civilized enough to travel with me. I'm sorry.
No,
that is how I feel about
it. Son, listen. I know this short Ford. She's nice. You would like her. All right.
You're not matchmaking me. Last time this happened, I got my eyes almost scratched out.
All right, because you didn't do the trick, my son, with bite the back of the neck. See, listen, I got.
No, you told me to do that first, and then it was an instant fight.
Oh, of course it's going to be a fight. All right, they can't just give it up too easy. All right, that just makes them feel cheap. There was this one time I was with your, and she gives him that look like I swear.
One more word, Rich. One more word.
I'm just saying, like, I like my pack how it is.
And with that, she looks at it. He likes his pack. It's his pack. Leave him alone.
We've saved a whole space station, and if it wasn't for them, those jammers wouldn't have come down. We wouldn't have saved Val.
All right, son. Listen, you may have think that I have a problem with you. I do. All right, listen.
You might think I have a problem with you. I do.
Hey, Pops, do you think you could take Heavy Paw in one-on-one combat?
Heavy Paw. Wait, the first hunt cheat.
Yeah. You think you could take him?
Well, you see, first he's tall, right? And so I would get down kind of low.
Right.
All right, make him have to hit down towards me a little bit, right? But the thing is this: he uses a flail or something. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, disarm is easy. All right, he's big, he's strong, but his claws are dull. All right, I would probably just wound him up, let him bleed a lot, tire him out that way.
You don't get armor and you have one weapon.
He goes ahead, slides out his claws. These are all that I need.
I think you would lose. He'd bounce you around like a bowling ball.
He could try, all right. I got a couple of tricks left in me.
We'll see. We'll see. I think you should back that up.
Oh, and I definitely will. You know where he's at?
Yeah.
Ah!
Wink at Mom.
And with that, she goes ahead. She gets up. I'll get the first aid kit.
Yep.
Anyway, he was like, "Why you gotta say it like that? Like I'm gonna lose or something?" He goes, "I just gotta go ahead and stretch first." Ugh. Right, but with that, you probably goes ahead and starts stretching, starts shadow clawing a little bit. He goes, "All right, anything I need to know about this guy and everything."
Well, if you're challenging him in the old ways, no armor, and you
Course.
get one weapon of your choice.
Ah, the old ways.
Melee combat, no ranged.
Hmm.
And then the cage is also surrounded by blades, so
Wait, what cage?
you'll see.
Fine. Trust me, if you could do it, I can definitely do it. All right. And
Remember
are you going to take them? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Captain. What you gonna do?
I was just thinking, gee, Dad, remember the fat comment?
Right. And so with that,
Is really the wrong shape for this combat?
oh no, he feels firmly confident that he could do it. And I assume, Brave Stride, you're going to lead your family over to the first hunt for him to challenge Heavy Paw.
Yes.
Sounds good. All right. And so, with that, Sagaristio. Uh-oh.
Yo.
Oh, okay. And so you have, well, you tell me, what have you been doing after you went ahead and got all nice and cleaned up and further improved and modified their refresher?
Well, after that, it's well, not really much I can do, so I'm actually just finally going to relax for a little bit. And this week, have myself a drink and I'm just looking out the window. I'm actually looking over Vol because this is finally now a chance for me to look at the planet without it exploding
Mm-hmm. And so
or, being down in the ground.
right. And so you're able to just look out at the beautiful twinkling stars and beautiful twinkling lights of the capital city. Automated hover and repair machines are going about restoring parts that have been damaged, restoring buildings. Over off into the distance, you're actually able to make out the crater that the core lord did, and he actually even blew up a portion of one of the Volna ships that you all were going to break down for parts and making the Star Jaguar space cannon. In the very far distance, you are even able to see the enclosure where you guys delivered the glogs, and a flood of memories begin to come back. And there's a beep at your door.
I'll get up. I'll go over to the door to see who it is.
The door presents a holographic image through it, so as if it's clear, and you're able to see Brooke Demir on the other side.
Oh, interesting. Oh, I'll open the door and greet her.
Mm. And then she comes in and she is like, evening. Um, is it okay? You can, of course, send me away, but is it all right if I just stay here for a while?
By all means, pull up a chair.
And she's like, thanks. I hope I wasn't interrupting anything.
I'll just kind of point out to the empty room besides a floating turtle, and it's like, not much to interrupt here, I'm afraid. I'm not that terribly exciting right now.
Well, I wouldn't say that. Well, thank you. Um, it's just that the room is huge, and I've been both fired and promoted.
Hmm. How does that work?
Well, the Volna that I was assigned to, he has decided not that he was no longer needed my services. So there's that in the firing. But seeing as how I was with all of you during the liberation of the planet, they want to actually place me in a more political position as a liaison between Vol and Terra, Earth.
That's a name I haven't heard in quite a while.
I can't believe I called
But
my
to
home
be,
planet Terra. I've been out at space for too long.
well, it's when you have to deal with all sorts of different creatures. Well, they refer to us as Terrans. We got even back in, we got used to just calling ourselves Earthlings and all of this. So eventually, we just got to get with the times and progress. We aren't the center of the universe, even if we thought that.
Sagaristio.
Hmm?
I do need your help. I didn't just want to hang out. I
Well,
need
I can make an attempt.
how do I apologize to Aura for what I did?
Are you talking about the attempt?
Yes. I mean, it was so fast. I didn't even realize someone was trying to take over my mind before it was too late. And then it was like I was trapped in my body and it was moving by itself and I was yelling, screaming, trying to get control and
As she's going on about this, I'm pouring her a drink, handing it to her, and gesturing to a chair to sit down.
the and you hand her a drink and she takes a sip and she continues the story about her out of body experience and every now and again the space turtle will come and kind of nudge against her and she was just right. He's wearing a harness.
He is. Makes it a little bit easier to attach him to myself, so.
Right, but yeah, I have to say something and I don't know what to say. I mean, is sorry. I mean, she's royalty, and her bodyguard, he gives me the worst looks.
Well, Remus, he gives everyone the worst looks.
Yeah, but I can tell that he now looks at me as a threat to her now, and I mean, just the way he looks at me, I don't even want to go close. I mean, the other one, the smaller one, she actually looks at me just fine, but I still remember the pain of when Remus restrained her, me, us. I could see it in his eyes. He wanted to kill me. And I don't think that desire has left.
Well, Remus is, he's very devoted to his duty, so I can't exactly blame him for wanting to protect the one he was sworn to protect. However, he's also not quite all there upstairs. He doesn't take context into view a lot.
Mm.
There's context to what happened with you. You weren't in control. You were being influenced from forces quite beyond your capabilities. As smart as you are, we were dealing with something that could have happened to any one of us. It couldn't have just been you. Could have been someone else. Could have been Ori. Could have been Balo or Pri, I guess he's called.
Yeah.
Could have even been me. So in your case, I wouldn't be stressing out as much as you are. Maybe you're right to be worried, but Aura understands. If she wasn't willing to forgive you or at least hear you out, would you really be sitting here talking about this with me and not say in royal custody?
With that, she smiles and she goes, I guess you're right. She takes another sip of the wine. This is good. But I guess I should also give you this then. And she gives you a data disk. Tana, she gave me access to all of her research, and then there was the information that was already within the databanks of the Astral Horizon. And then there was the new sensor readings from when all of a sudden all of you, and she looks at the core stone floating about you, became attached to these sentient cosmic entities, and I collected all the data and ran the numbers, and here you go.
I'll take the data disk with a head bow and acknowledgement, and I'll slide that data disk into my cybernetic arm to access the data, see what she kind of went through, what she all compiled.
Of course. Well, and the gist of it is, of course, it's effectively the more that they use, the more it opens up effectively a quantum funnel to allow more of its frequency of cosmic energy in. But that is just the basics of the analysis of the core stones. It also seems that they're tied to something effectively like a cloud intelligence. And so their personalities or their sentience is not necessarily the stone itself, but something that the stone is accessing.
Okay.
Lastly, she seems to have barely detected a type of carrier signal from each of the stones that leads to part of the quadrant of unexplored space. At least it goes in that direction. It's impossible to pinpoint, but she does notice that all of them have this one single line of energy that goes in that direction.
All right.
She goes, so there's that, and then there's this. Nathkar, he got me access to Arcadicus's research. And I looked over that as well as the research into the seed spawn virus. And
all right,
here you go. And she gives it to
you. I'll access that as well, because she was instrumental in helping us procure at least a cure for the early stages.
And with that, she kind of gets up and finishes her glass of wine, and you can tell from her face expression that it's starting to work. But she goes, yeah, Arcadicus was brilliant in his own kind of crazy, obsessed way. And you know what? I'm just going to be honest. I would stab him in his face a lot of times if I could.
Trust me, the feeling is mutual. As much as I respected the man to hold off as he did and to do the hold off on the research and all of that, that's 20 years he could have actually done something good for not just my people, but our people. Terrans included.
She nods, and you see a few tears begin to well up. Yes. I have people that have been claimed by the sea spawn virus, and he could have prevented it.
Yep. No, he could have prevented it all right. Could have helped out his own granddaughters, but what's done is done, unfortunately.
And so
the most that we can hope for now is we can at least make use of this for someone else.
I've already
for those that we lost.
I've taken the cure. I've transmitted it over to Earth.
Well, it's only right that you should at least take some of the credit for that.
I just
As much as this is Arcadicus's research and all of his doings, I think it should at least be known that you are the one that's helping make a change.
Yeah.
I'm actually making use of this for good and not holding off.
Yeah. And so, after I get a little bit more courage, and she looks over, she grabs the bottle, and she takes another swig. I'm going to apologize to Aura, and um, this is going to be the last that you're going to see of me. Also got to find the captain and, tell him thank you for everything, but I know it sounds weird, but every time I'm looking at the astral horizon, I'm thinking about what's happened and the things that happen, and I just can't be aboard that ship anymore. And also, Arcadix was close. She goes ahead, she brings up some of the information from the disc that she gave you about his research. He was only dealing with the frequency of the Emerald Core Stone. He didn't realize that it's the harmony of all of these core stones that produces the energy that's necessary to mature Cynthia's egg. All of you can make it hatch if you wanted to. She goes ahead, she takes another swig, and she puts the bottle down. I just thought that you should know all this, and aside from the captain, I just want to thank you because you made being aboard the ship not all that bad.
Oh, I'm glad that you were part of this crew for at least a little bit, and I do have to apologize to you for dragging you into all of this. It was unfair of me, but you were really one that we could actually rely on when we needed you most, and you stepped up. So for that, you have my gratitude. But if we do hatch Cynthia's egg, I do have a favor to ask of you.
Yeah, sure.
If we hatch it here, will you look after her child? This is going to be the first and only one that we know of. I would at least like to put her care in someone's hands.
With that,
I've been summoned back to my planets by my people, so I don't think I'll be seeing Vol anytime soon.
the space turtle goes ahead and kind of nudges her, and she kind of stumbles a little bit closer to you, and she kind of falls onto you, and she looks up at you. She goes, "Oh, this is a high quality robe. But Sagaricio, if you hatch Cynthia's egg, you don't have to worry about me raising it. You're going to have to worry about finding a place for a bioship."
And that's when she'll notice that there's a new look in his eyes now. Something that he didn't want to hear those words. But he'll nod. Wasn't expecting to hear that anytime soon.
Well, I'm sorry, I thought you knew. And
No, it's part of my past is I was part of the research team that was helping develop stuff like this. In fact, it was because of me they managed to finally put the egg before the chicken.
I see. Well, just like I have to somehow put what's happened to me behind. You have to let go of the past as well. And she's like, looking at you, and she looks at your eyes, and a little bit of blush fills her cheeks. She goes, and I need to go, and I have to apologize to Aura and talk to the captain, and I've given you the data, and it's been interesting, Sagaricio.
It has been, Brooke. I think tonight might be a good night to just let Aura be with her father, be with her people, let the captain be with his family. Tonight's a night for us to just relax and, you know what, at least put some of this stuff behind us and just be us tonight.
But that she sees the wisdom in your words, and she goes, I guess you're right. It would be rude for me to just barge in on time with family. And do you have another bottle of this?
I believe I might have one kicking around here. If not, well, I haven't tried out the room service here yet.
Yes.
And, I'm not used to being a hero, so I might actually abuse this a little.
With that, she smiles. Well, all right, well. Maybe the night is looking up. And you finally see Brooke DeMere smile. A genuine, wide smile. But before we call it a night, Argus.
Yeah.
Could you please give me a perception check, please?
Oh dear.
You are clean. You are restored. The various generators inside of the sonic shower have removed the plug and actually restored your ashen forge self. There's no longer a hole in your chest. And as you are
I had 5.
getting ready to pretty much call it a day, you see Tana has already passed out and taking up as much space on the bed as possible, completely covered in food, crumbs. All right, apparently she had a bottle in her hand that slipped from her grasp when she became unconscious, and now there's this small puddle on the bed. Tell me, Argus, what do you do?
I guess I'll take the couch.
All right. And so you go ahead and go over to the couch, and as soon as you sit down, unbeknownst to you, with the 5 that you rolled, a drone has transmitted a message. And outside the door to this penthouse, the lift dings. And coming down the hallway are a few armored individuals. All of them short of stature. But from the back of their helmets, the head tentacles that belong only to a dentist.
Oh boy.
One gets on one side of the door, the other gets on the other side of the door. The last one readies his rifle and begins to count down. 3, 2. And that is where we're going to call it a night.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. And that is session 1 of season 3 of Esper Genesis. All right, I hope you enjoyed. All right, if you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe. All right, and make sure you join us for our next live stream. I have to thank my incredible players, Dark Lovely, I'd say Argus Alloy, Tonto Tomahawk, Typhoon 44, and Master Draco. All right, don't forget to follow me on Facebook at Cobalt GM's ttrpg zone, on Instagram at cobalt.gm, and TikTok at cobaltgm5. Until next time, let's level up together. Bye.
Bye bye.
Yeah.